Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of our podcast. My name's Daniel,
And I'm Matt.
and today we're discussing Deadpool and Wolverine. Released in July of 2024, Deadpool and Wolverine grossed $636 million domestically. That made it the 12th highest grossing film domestically, and the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. It's also the 5th highest grossing Marvel Cinematic Universe film. This was directed by Sean Levy and starring Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and the entirety of Ryan Reynolds' family, making sure everybody got a nice fat paycheck from this excursion. Deadpool takes a trip through the multiverse to find himself a new Wolverine in an effort to save his reality and his relationship. So Matt, I went to see this when it first came out, opening night. Me and Vanessa went to the Flicks Brew House over on your neck of the woods. What about you?
I don't remember. There's a really, really good chance I saw it at Flicks because there's very few things in this world I love more than Flicks. Flicks Brewhouse is doing how somebody does an impression of somebody else and you start watching them do it and it's like, this is better than the person. So
Who are they imitating? Draft House?
Draft House. Draft House.
Yeah.
And there's my beloved Westlake's Draft House closed, but the Park North one is still there. I like that one too. I'll go there if Flix doesn't have the movie I want or whatever. But it's not quite the same. But I'll say that Flix is so good. It makes me. I'm not forgotten about it, but
It's getting there.
It's a good replacement. I feel good about it. So I'm pretty confident that's where I saw this movie.
Westlake's absolutely reigns supreme, and its closure was one of the great crimes against San Antonio, maybe against humanity. Other than that, I do like Brewhouse. I very much prefer Santikos, I think. We have the Mayan Palace over here. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill.
I'll quit right now. Don't say that again.
It's a pretty run-of-the-mill movie theater. But all the Santikos in San Antonio, they serve food now. They have the Coke machines that give any kind of Coke you want. They have the big reclining seats. Brewhouse
Do they
has
take
that.
it to your seat?
Yes.
They take it to your seat?
Absolutely.
They
do.
don't.
Yes, they do. Santikos absolutely does. There's 3 of them that do.
I don't know, bro. I don't go to those peasant theaters. But I don't like that they made all the branding the same and they used to each have like a vibe. And
They
now
each used to have a vibe.
The case. I'm looking for a boutique experience in my movie going.
Yeah, Brewhouse does that, and it does
And
it
they
well.
don't offer that.
Yeah, that's true. But Brewhouse also, I fell because of the step down when I went to see Oppenheimer, and that automatically loses like 500 aura off the theater. Don't make me take 3 steps to get out of my seat when I've already had like 4 drinks.
All right. Now I know. So this is just personal. Flix.
Movie going.
This is what it would take for somebody to think that Santikos is better than Flix.
I don't think
Having a Family
Santikos.
Guy style fall in the middle of a theater is about the only thing that could make anyone like Flix less than Santikos.
I prefer. No, I prefer Santikos. Let me just. We'll leave it.
You know what you should get? All the way the fuck out of here if you think Santikos is better than Flix. That's so wild.
I would like a
Loaded
wheelchair.
fries are
I would like a wheelchair, actually, and to file a lawsuit against Flix for their.
loaded fries in any cocktail during any movie, and I'm in.
Their loaded fries are
Anybody
excellent.
anybody listening to this, you invite me to a movie at Flix, I'm probably gonna go.
It's a good. It's my cousin Alex. It's his absolute hands down favorite. He also used to love Westlakes for all the same reasons we did. He also felt betrayed when they closed it. Mildly disappointed when they turned it into a Santikos that was like subpar to the rest of them in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is. That's kind of how I felt about the Deadpool movie the first time I watched it.
That it is what it is.
Like I enjoyed it. It was a good time at the movies. I remember laughing a lot, like a lot at the movie. The first time I watched it, the very first time I came out of it, I was like, "Oh, good for what it was." You know what I mean? Like Marvel. I'm one of the people who really stopped caring after Endgame. I guess after No Way Home because I did want to see all the Spider-Man doing the meme. But after Endgame, I just wasn't super invested in what I did see of the movies. I didn't really care for. I think it was like Eternals and Shang-Chi and all the 50 TV shows that I'm not sure. And there's just too much, like too much to consume. And what I did see was seemed like low quality and like they were hiring their kids to do CGI. And I just wasn't, I wasn't at all invested. So it was a nice change of pace to find something that I can go in or something that I thought I could go into and just watch as a one-time, one movie experience that I would laugh like the other Deadpool movies, and that was that. I didn't have to think about anything else. The second time, not so much. But did you like it the first time you watched it?
Yeah, I very much liked it. I mean, you and I have talked about personally before about that sometimes Marvel kind of leans on this nostalgia factor, where they will actively take your expectations and kind of use it against you to get you coming back with the lure of we're going to give you an overarching story that connects things the way we did with Endgame, but we're going to do it with pre-existing properties, right? We're going to link the worlds between Fox and Disney, and you're going to get to enjoy that. And WandaVision gave us Evan Peters as Quicksilver for 8 seconds, and then pulled the rug out from under us and said, "Actually, it's not Evan Peters. He's not Quicksilver." Yeah, that was the WandaVision show.
WandaVision. See, there's like 50 shows, man. I can't do it.
And honestly, you know me, man. I took all of it in. I watched all of them. You know, I watched WandaVision 2 or 3 times from start to finish. I watched She-Hulk. I watched Daredevil Born Again. You know,
I did have to pretend to like She-Hulk. I've never seen a scene in my life, but I sure did get on the internet and pretend it was the best show in the world.
I didn't have to pretend because I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. I think that it's not a good Marvel show because you're not reaching your demographic. You're literally works better as rage bait than anything else. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I also was like, fuck the incels, you know, fuck you, the show's superior. Honestly, I think this show's better than the first attempt at Daredevil. I think it's better than anything I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and I hope you kill yourself. That was that was my vibe online when it came to She-Hulk.
The enemy of my enemy is
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's very much how I felt.
But that's kind of Marvel does that. They rug pull you. You know, they dangle it in front of you and say, "Hey, we've got a bigger picture. We've got a real story we're going to tell you. Come and watch our stuff." And then you sit there and you watch it and you don't get what you're expecting. Deadpool, on the other hand, was very much what they said it was going to be. You know, it was an integration of all of the Fox properties into Disney. You know, they brought out some people that didn't get very satisfying ends to their stories, and they gave them an end. You know, as that's the whole point of the movie, right? Is they're kind of putting them all in the garbage disposal when it comes to the multiverse, right? Like they're consolidating those storylines. So I really enjoyed it the first time, but it's like you said, when you sit there and you watch it and you think about it at all, beyond just kind of being in the moment and enjoying the dick jokes one after the other, it's like it's not very deep. You know, it dries up quick.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder to enjoy when you're kind of seeing behind the curtain, I guess, a little bit, or when you peek behind the curtain and you kind of peel it back, you kind of look back there and you're like, "Hey, wait, does this suck?" And the answer is, yeah, kind of. You know,
and that's the inspiration for this entire podcast. That and obviously the world needs another podcast, 2 guys talking about movies. So it's really important that we fill that role, which is the other inspiration for this. But when
6 million in one podcast on Spotify, we're the one podcast more. That's what all it was needed.
You're welcome, everybody. I did like a lot of almost all of the jokes landed the first time. Like I remember leaving there thinking like I laughed a lot during that movie. Especially when he's in the suit, I think the jokes work more because Ryan Reynolds can be funny, um, his face while he's making the jokes makes me wish I was looking at anything else.
Punchable, man. Very punchable face. Absolutely.
He it's like he's polling you during his joke,
Yeah.
and I don't enjoy that.
His
I don't enjoy the cartoony "Do you like me? Are you mad at me?" face while he's telling a joke.
yeah.
And having that blank expression on his face, except for the eyes that get squinty and big, and the Deadpool costume is like perfect. That's all I need from you.
Did you
Um,
did you think he was funny like in Waiting?
Waiting's a different podcast, man. Wait, Waiting's a complicated movie. When did Waiting come out? Like I was probably in middle school,
Yeah. You would
when
have
that
to.
came out. So obviously it was pointed at me.
Right.
I definitely enjoyed Waiting when it came out. It's ridiculous.
It came out in
It's,
'05, so I was a senior in high school when it came
oh
out.
my God. I don't even. Oh, okay. Then I was a freshman.
Right. That's perfect for you.
Yeah, high school freshman. Yeah, I didn't see any problems at all with any of the movie, and it was all hilarious. And that's that.
Almost
No
highbrow.
reason to look
You
here.
know, like
Yeah, it was like a smart comedy.
very sophisticated, very funny.
It was it was it developed a whole generation to be like, no, it's okay because we're acknowledging it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm aware of me being shitty,
Yes.
so it's cool.
Homophobia is hilarious, you know.
I'm I'm smart actually because I like it.
Oh no.
But but I haven't seen it in a really long time. But I did enjoy Waiting when I saw it. I thought it was really funny, and that's kind of his. Like he's Deadpool still in that movie.
Yes, very much. The best the best I think the best Deadpool was that 3 minutes of Ryan Reynolds in the X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is just a dog shit movie. But we get that 3 minutes of Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool before he's Deadpool, where he's like
Mhm.
making the high protein diet jokes, and the dude's just like, do you ever where's the off button on this guy, like somebody shut him up, and he's just going and going and going, pissing everyone off
Yeah.
around him. That's peak Deadpool, and I know that that's what he was channeling, right, like with the real movies, but it never got that good again. It hovered there. The Deadpool movies are hilarious. Deadpool 1 and 2 are very, very funny, and in the same way.
I
But
think he executes that in these movies, but I think that's the only part of this movie. Well, one of two only parts in this
Yeah.
movie that work.
yeah,
Right, is when he is doing that. Being annoying, getting on someone's nerves. Usually, though, when they put him next to somebody who is not having it, obviously being annoyed by it. Like when he's with his Peter. He's with Peter.
yeah,
I don't enjoy those scenes. I don't like it.
because he likes it.
They're giving him too much reign.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
But when he's next to Blind Owl, when he's next to Wolverine, when he's next to anybody else who's just
the
please
guards.
shut up.
I think it's really funny every time he interacts with the TVA. All the TVA scenes, everything he interacts with the TVA scenes gets a good laugh out of me. It's all just sex jokes, right? Like, oh, you guys are here
Yeah.
for my orgy, like,
Uh-huh.
this guy. I'm going first with this guy. I can't see your eyes, but I could feel them. Those are good
Yeah.
Deadpool jokes, like,
I think putting him next to British people is like almost too much of a gap. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me because they're like,
That's-
why I never. And I'm like, well, I don't want that reaction.
yeah.
I don't want that reaction from you.
Did
Be
you-
annoyed, don't be appalled.
Right.
No, I don't like that.
What did you think about his interaction with the one guy, the coffee cup guy? Where he's just like, I fucking the shit out of this coffee cup guy and having a romance with him, while the guy's just like, what's happening? Until eventually he is smiling.
The very first part of it, I was like, all right, like whatever. The part that got me, even the second time around, is when they keep panning to him during random scenes. The joke itself doesn't work. Like, I don't care about the joke. But like, if you're 45 minutes later, Deadpool's doing something, and then you cut over to this guy who I barely remember what his face looks like, that's funny. Like
Yeah.
that that works on me for sure. But
I
I
enjoy that.
but I think that part of the movie where we're getting annoying Deadpool
Yeah.
because Ryan Reynolds is also annoying.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I think that it works. It's exactly what goes on in real life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which I guess is a good time to get into how everyone sucks, right? Which most of these movies that we cover or are going to cover are going to have some form of somebody starring who is in some form of controversy or sucks in some way, is just a bad person. Ryan Reynolds is that in a few ways in real life. And I in
Sad,
prep for
sad.
in prep for this podcast, I did a lot of looking into a lot of that. Now I am a 34-year-old man, and there is a limit to how much I can consume about the Justin Baldoni court case. So I'm not gonna deep dive into all of that, but he is around for that mess as well, right? Which is
Right.
essentially people leveraging their power to discredit somebody who they wanted to take more power from, right?
Right.
Um, which is a problem. Blake Lively seems like just kind of a bad person in
Yeah.
general, like treats people poorly. And they're married, and he's very they enjoy being in spotlight, they enjoy promoting that marriage or whatever. He's had some shady business dealings where it's sort of rug pulling from investors where he sells off high and makes out with a bunch of money. The thing that fascinated me the most though, while I was looking like through just kind of why because everybody has sort of soured on Ryan Reynolds
Right.
since the Blake Lively stuff has happened. But the thing that made me the most weird and uncomfortable about all of it was that I stumbled upon their wedding.
Oh
Do you
no.
do you know do you know about their wedding?
I do now. I know where it took place anyway. Does it get worse than that?
Yeah. No, I mean that's the
That's bad
headline,
enough.
right? So,
Yeah.
but I had no idea that existed. There was a whole like backlash about it, which rightfully so, right? But
Yeah.
they got married on a plantation, which is not
Well, but it was a
great.
plantation in Canada or in California where they
Where they're from.
live.
It's not. They got married in South Carolina,
Why'd they do
where
that?
neither of them
That's
are from,
that's a weird
which means
choice.
that 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 even if they both were very traditional and didn't want to see each other before the wedding, and they spent it in their hometowns with their parents, one of them had to take a plane from LA, and the other would have taken a plane from Canada to fly to the southern part of the United States where slave quarters were kept and decide to say their vows there, which is an odd choice
Now,
for a wedding.
answer me this: is it wrong to get married in the deep South on a plantation where so many people died and so many lives were ruined? Objectively,
Short answer?
you know.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great.
Hey, you know what's funny? It's not funny. You know what sucks is that when Justin Baldoni first, when that all first happened, when what's the movie called that was all the controversy was around, the domestic violence movie?
It ends with us.
It Ends With Us. When It Ends With Us came out, there was that kind of like back and forth, right, where Blake Lively was like, "This guy sucks," and then everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, you suck," and then Justin Baldoni was like, "Nah, she sucks," and then he like hired a PR firm to like mitigate the situation, and then what texts and like other stuff came out that was like, oh no, Blake Lively does in fact suck. That was roller coaster of like, whose fucking side am I supposed to be on here? Because they all suck, apparently. Justin Baldoni apparently decidedly sucks less than Blake Lively. It's a different kind of suck, I think. It's a less human rights type of suck, which makes it way better to swallow. But, dude, I don't know. I never thought Blake Lively was a shitty person until all that stuff happened, and now it's kind of like, how'd you miss it? And that's the great thing about social media. Yeah. The great thing about social media is that I put out lots of great takes that now live forever on the internet, where I definitely didn't, make a really stupid, comment in support of either side, so now that's going to come up later.
Should I be podcasting with you?
That's going to come out later.
Is this a problem?
No, I deleted my Twitter. Just stay off of the internet archives and we'll be good.
Okay. We'll circle back.
That was a joke. I don't make social media posts. Just kidding.
So, yeah, everybody sucks.
Everybody sucks.
Ryan Reynolds included.
Ryan Reynolds,
to be fair, in the most minimal way possible, he did apologize.
Oh, yeah.
To be better in the future.
Then he bought a soccer team.
Yeah. I'm a little... Also, apparently, him and Matt from Always Sunny don't agree about a lot of the decisions.
Oh, really?
In the soccer team universe. I didn't dive into that because
Wrexham, huh?
I don't care about soccer, but
yeah,
apparently they're not on the same page about that either. So
anyway, that makes me
sucks,
feel better.
Reynolds.
I'm glad because I really love It's Always Sunny, and I think I love Rob McElhenney until someone tells me otherwise. I would like him to be opposed to Ryan Reynolds whenever possible. That's most convenient for me.
Yeah, but it's weird, right?
It is weird. They seem really good friends.
It's weird. So that being what works in the movie is the quippy, annoying Deadpool parts that make me laugh. What left me really confused was the 20th Century Fox of it all. And just what they were trying to say to their audience, because on one hand, in the very beginning of the movie, I have in my notes where it's like he grabs the camera and goes out of his way to be like,
"Fuck you, Fox!"
Right?
I'm going to Disneyland.
And there's a lot of that, especially in the beginning of the movie, like digging up Logan's corpse to fight the TVA, playing Bye 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 in the beginning, like, you know what I mean? Like, see you later.
Yeah.
Like, they go out of their way to do that. Channing Tatum as Gambit, playing it as silly as possible.
Yeah.
It's all kind of a middle finger to Fox.
And then the credits.
Which I don't like. Didn't they greenlight the movie and make a sequel? Wasn't it their only like successful franchise that they promoted the hell out of the whole time?
His 100%, his career, for lack of a better word, really is owed almost completely in its entirety to Fox. Fox also single-handedly built Marvel in a like cinema. There would be no MCU if it wasn't for Fox pumping out X-Men movies, and
but it also is in conversation with that. So I didn't understand the constant hate at Fox, but also homage to these really mediocre movies and characters.
Right. I think it's nostalgia porn is why. It's because they know that they can make you come to the seat because when you were a kid, you got excited at the fact of seeing a Fantastic Four movie or seeing an X-Men movie, even if it wasn't good.
Electro.
You were just there because comic book movies are cool to kids, right?
You're really nostalgic for Jennifer Garner Electro?
I don't give a shit. And also, Jennifer Garner seems like she sucks. But.
Really? I like Jennifer Garner.
Do you? I liked her in Juno.
I don't like her face, but I like her in general.
But I think To me, you know what it was to me, dude. You remember Rick and Morty, the hologram guy? Did you see that one? The Akira episode.
Uh huh.
You remember when the hologram is like, "I'm proud to be a hologram." Like, no, no, we won't
Uh
go.
huh.
And then he gets
Yeah.
mass, and he's like, "I thought you were proud to be a hologram." He's like, "That's because I fucking had to be one." I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is that. I think it's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like he was stuck with Fox, and he resents the fact that he was stuck with what he viewed as like a more like uh, inferior studio,
Mm-hmm.
and was like frothing at the mouth basically to get the money that comes from Disney. And I think he thought everyone would either relate to that or would like totally get it. And I think that if you relate to that or you like totally get it, it's because you're kind of a piece of shit. Because Fox did a lot for him and a lot for these kind of movies in general, and they sucked. They were bad, but they were also a stepping stone. So I think if anything, if you're gonna run them down, sure, run them down, but like also, like you owe everything to them. So pick a lane. You know, do you love them or do you fucking hate them? Are you gonna shit on them the whole movie, or are you gonna make a beautiful homage at the end?
Yeah, and it's not like I am super like I don't love these giant corporations. I don't care,
Right.
right? But even I found myself being like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like,
They put the 20th Century Fox sign in the void to be eaten
I
by a
know.
lion. Hey,
There
also
was a
their fight was so underwhelming, dude.
okay, we can get into the action part of this. I agree. I think it doesn't help that the movie also is very bland visually
Yeah, yeah,
and
no
that
stunning shots at all.
it's very flat, like color wise.
Yeah,
Everything
that's Sean Levy.
everything very amorphous.
That's got to be Sean Levy, right? Because like
Yeah.
that's ultimately
So
it's the director's vision that's like makes something look cool out of look how fucking cool Goodfellas looks, and it's just like a very drab subject matter,
mhm,
but he makes
mhm,
it visually. Martin Scorsese makes it look beautiful, whereas you get
right.
Sean Levy,
Chloe Zhao
who's
in
he's the anti Scorsese.
so when I was looking up Ryan Reynolds controversy stuff,
Controversies.
uh, I was like, well, let me look at I don't know much about this director. Let me look him up, right? So I'm Googling different stuff about him. In his controversy, I literally typed in Sean Levy controversy. His controversy is just that he sucks at directing. Every, every single link that I Googled was like, why do
Why
people
does
hate Sean
why do
Levy?
people hate him? Because he sucks.
What did Sean Levy do?
Nope, just bad.
Sean Levy, bad director. The main the main beef the main beef people have with him is like, why are you here?
Hey, you hated
So
you
just
hated him before you knew who he was because you
before I knew
hated
who he
Real
was,
Steel.
so you we've been friends for a number of years now, and so you've heard me talk at length about a lot of different movies, but some of the movies I hate the most in this world, or like the idea of them, I didn't know, but Sean Levy directed those
Yeah,
movies.
he was everything you hated about Hollywood, and you didn't even know it. But it's obvious.
So
Watching Deadpool and Wolverine, it's obvious, man. The guy has no eyes at all. Like for that, no, he has no vision.
just so everybody knows how bad he is, I want to read his discography really quick, going back
Oh
to
no,
2001.
guys, please stay tuned in. I know this is gonna get rough, but hang in there.
I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus starts in 2001.
Oh no.
Cheaper by the Dozen 2. What Happens in Vegas. The Rocker. Pink Panther 2. The Watch. The Spectacular Now. Alexandra and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Fist Fight. Table 19. The Darkest Minds. Kin. The Violent Heart. Love and Monsters. There's Something Inside Our House. Yeah, these are actually not them. Okay, starting in 1997.
I was like, whoa, where does he get the ass to run down what happens in Vegas?
What happens in Vegas fucking sucks. The movie blows.
I saw that movie in
Even
theaters, and I was like, hey, this movie
Oh.
sucks.
Okay, here's his filmography where he was the director.
He's
he
the
had some
director.
producing credits
Okay.
on those.
Okay.
Yes, these are what he directed. Address Unknown, Just in Time, Big Fat Liar, Just Married, Cheaper by the Dozen, The Pink Panther, which I'm going to give him a pass for because Steve Martin is objectively hilarious in that movie.
That's
Yeah,
a Steve
yeah.
Martin thing. That's not a Sean Levy thing.
Okay, Night at the Museum, which sucks. Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. Also, I hate that movie. Date Night, Real Steel, which belongs in whatever the opposite of a Hall of Fame is. The Internship, which how do you turn those two into a bad movie? The
Yeah.
people that star in that,
Right.
that's crazy to me. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, like
Right.
that's undefeated pair of people that you made a shitty movie with. This is where I leave you. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, because we needed one more of those movies. Free Guy, which is
So
an
good.
abomination.
So good.
I know you love that movie. I can't do it. It's everything wrong with everything.
I don't know that I'm not going to say anything about Free Guy. We're going to move on. I'm not going to take a
Because you'll get
stance.
canceled. Because you're gonna get canceled. That's right.
Hey,
it's
this
so
is
bad that you'll get canceled.
This list is like my mom's favorite movies. My mom loves Night at the Museum. She loves it. She loved. Hey, I think I liked Date Night. I think Steve Carell and Tina Fey have good chemistry. I don't think that was a Sean Levy thing. I think that's just Steve Carell does well in anything.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Should Steve Carell and Tina Fey be in a comedy that you think is like okay, like just okay?
Should they be?
Yeah, that movie should be way better than
yes,
this.
yes. It's the same thing you were saying about Vince Vaughn and
Panther.
Owen Wilson and Pink Panther. Those movies should have been much better than they were because there's a lot of potential there. Because he has no vision. He has no. I don't know, skill, ambition.
And I was thinking about it this week during the rewatch, and it had to be just Ryan Reynolds needs a husk of somebody to direct the movie so that he can get all his Deadpool shit in there.
Right. You know, it was
So-
either going to be Sean Levy or Shane Black, and he probably started with Shane Black, and Shane Black was like, "Hey, don't do that," and then he was like, "Get the fuck out, Sean Levy, get in here." He needed a puppet, is what it was. He needed a born body that wasn't going to give him pushback.
It works because this movie has Ryan Reynolds' fingerprints all over it, but it suffers from things like that fight looking like it does, right? You can tell that Ryan Reynolds respected like the gravity of it for people like yourself who've been waiting on this fight for,
That made it
plus,
worse
right?
for me. Don't say get your special sock out and then I'm sitting here flaccid because you can't deliver on what you're promising. Now I got my sock, and what am I going to do with it?
Yeah, for those of you at home who were waiting for the word flaccid, cross that box off your bingo card because we've said it. So
The first time in podcast history, folks. You heard it here first.
out of the way and done. The word flaccid. I did like in the fight that they did. Like Wolverine was like a brawler.
Yeah.
Walk straight through you, punch you, stab you guy, and that Deadpool was more of like the skillful.
Yeah, like a ninja fighting a bear.
Arts ninja guy, which was cool. But that was like, I wanted a lot more.
Yeah.
From that fight, and then the second time they fought, they didn't. It was a sex scene essentially, right?
Yeah.
In a car where, like, you had a second chance at the fight. Like you
Right.
you did the first one, it was very short and underwhelming. Then you had a second chance, and they had sex with each other in the Honda Odyssey, and I don't
Yeah.
well where you zoomed out and just showed like the car rocking. Like I didn't I don't understand. I don't understand
it's
the fight decisions in this movie.
it's a weird choice when you literally could add like in the screenplay, characters exit vehicle. Do that, and then go into your big like here's our delivering on our promise fight. Yeah, the fight was weird, and it sucks because the conversation they have in the car leading up to the fight is funny and it's good, and it kind of like brings home the idea of what it would be
Hmm.
like if Wolverine was sitting there having to listen to fucking Deadpool go on and on. Like he's exactly the person you want that uh
Yes.
those characters, that's how you want that interaction to go. And instead of giving us a satisfying completion to it, he's tied up with seatbelts.
Yeah. You everybody at home also satisfying completion. You can mark that off your bingo card as well.
The big
I
O
did think
card.
it was weird. I did think it was weird. Um, that they made them like exit the vehicle then get back in it.
Yeah.
Like they were out.
Yeah, he was all the
They
way
were
out
out.
and he dove in again. I like Baby Knife.
Baby Knife is fine. It's very Ryan Reynoldsy.
I like it.
Um, it was okay. It was two examples of what I don't like musically too. Or one was good,
Oh,
one was bad.
Grease? You
So
love
Hell's
Grease.
Bells.
Oh, you hate
Oh,
Grease. You
I'm gonna
hate
hold on.
Grease.
Don't say that about me because that's not true. I'm gonna get to that though. I'm gonna get to that. I want to say you're jumping to the
So,
finale here,
I'm
man. So
sorry. Oh, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. Go
just
ahead, please.
just hold that sock, my man. Don't
Dial
use
it
it yet.
back. Dial it back.
So the first fight scene, they play Hell's Bells. Awful choice, I thought. It's
Ace,
too slow.
you know where I sit on ACDC at large. There's so many, and I don't even like ACDC, but there's so many better choices you could have used for that. ACDC has a massive, explosive, high energy,
Don't say
high
you don't like
paced
ACDC to
catalog.
me. Don't say that to me.
We've talked about
You already
this.
said you like Santico's better than Slicks. You're cancelable on Twitter. You don't like ACDC.
Let me not
I
say.
don't. I'm gonna walk out mid podcast.
If I was listening to, if I had an opportunity to listen to ACDC, or I don't know, who's someone else who sucks.
Metallica.
If I hate,
Metallica.
they're on the same level to me. I would choose to listen to ACDC over Metallica, though. That's objectively true. ACDC also did a lot for like their genre, right? They're very well known. They do a serviceable job. Like they do a good job. They're good classic rock, whatever. I just get bored of them. I think they're
People are
overused.
gonna hate this.
I know. I think they're overused. I don't like when they use them in movies because I already don't want to hear the music, and now I'm being forced to listen to the movie. Anyway, all that aside, even if you love ACDC, you've got to admit that there's 1,000 better song choices by them that you could use in that scene for that movie.
They're kind of tied up by Iron Man. I think if you play any other AC/DC song
Yeah,
during that
because all
scene,
the other ones are in Iron Man movies
yeah.
or
So I don't know
Avengers.
if that
Yeah,
works. But I don't think it's a song
pick a different
that
song.
is heavy enough or fast enough.
Too
Like
slow.
I get the need to maybe start with like while they're walking and prepping play Hell's Bells, but switch the song when you start fighting
Yeah,
because it
like
needs to be thunderous.
it was a weird choice to just keep the song throughout the entirety of the fight. Is what it was. It's
So it I felt like I was listening to what I was looking at, which in this case is not great. Like they're
right.
both very bland
Yeah.
and made everything kind of run together in a bad way.
It seems like they just didn't know what to do. Is what it really boils down to. They did the same thing with Sabretooth. You have this character Sabretooth who has been largely bungled for the most
They
of
hyped it too.
yeah, and then he just chopped his head off as he ran by him. I understand the impulse to subvert expectations, but don't do it 4 times
Power
within a
scaling
30
idea?
second 30-second window. You know,
Yes.
you
So I
give
didn't like that needle drop at all.
you didn't.
No, the Hell's Bells needle drop, I didn't did not enjoy that.
Oh yeah. No. And
But
then
I thought otherwise the movie did really good at the music that it would decide to play.
do you
So an example of that is during the sex scene, they played "You're the One That I Want" from Grease,
which you hate?
John Travolta, John. I love that song and that movie. Here's the thing about Grease 1. It's not the best Grease movie because Grease 2 exists.
You can't. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do, but Grease 2 is objectively worse. Grease 2 is almost not a good movie. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's Michelle Pfeiffer. It's not the best Grease by any stretch of the imagination, and no one thinks that except for you. You're the one. You're the one guy.
The songs are better. The story's better.
Well, the first
Michelle
one's about
Pfeiffer as Stephanie Zanoni changed my life as a young man. Everything about it's cooler.
Don't.
Motorcycles are better
Don't do
than
this.
the cars in Grease.
The viewer count.
It doesn't have
is
the
dropping.
Rizzo song, which is very boring. It's better. It's the better Grease. There's bowling in it. That's cool.
Hopeless.
What
about Hopelessly Devoted?
Hopelessly Devoted is the best song of either movie.
Thank you.
But as a total,
you're saying
movie,
that Grease 2
better.
is a net better movie, but the problem is that you're wrong.
And a net better
when you say
soundtrack.
it.
And a net better soundtrack as well.
Don't see. You say something that makes sense, and then you do a 180-degree turn, and you say, blah blah blah, dumb stuff.
More like a 360-degree turn and then fucking dunk it in your face.
Just don't turn. Just stay the course.
It's better. And in that scene, I did enjoy "You're the One That I Want." But let me just give you an example of how Grease 2 is better. If you start playing the very beginning guitar notes of Cool Rider as they're arguing, and then Cool Rider's the song you play, that's a better scene.
All right.
And considering that it's a sex scene analogy in a fight, Cool Rider's the sexier song as well.
There's a lot of things,
and I think it works better if you do that. But I did it all this to say I enjoyed the song. You're making me argue. If I don't appreciate it.
It's because it's dumb that you like Grease 2 better than Grease 1. That's what this is all stemming from. Don't say that. Just say you like the song and end it there.
Look, there are a handful of sequels that are better than the original movie in Hollywood history.
True.
And that's one of them.
Terminator 2.
Grease 2, Terminator 2, Shrek 2, Aliens.
Yeah.
The recent Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
And Grease 2 is up there. Grease 2 is in the pantheon of sequels better than the original movie.
Absolutely not.
And I'm going to die on this hill.
All right. You'll die alone. Hey.
What are you, my therapist?
Hey, also, Wolverine kills that scene. Hugh Jackman brings it in the car.
Hugh Jackman's what works, man.
He does it. Deadpool falls so flat in his I'm gonna.
In that scene?
Yeah, I'm gonna. What does he say? He says something.
I'm gonna fight you now. I liked it.
I want something more. Say anything else. He
lost the first fight.
Which?
So he can't. He just lost.
He can't shit talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you. He didn't. It's very intentional. He doesn't say I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stab you now, or I'm gonna shoot you now. You. I know, but say anything else. I guess it just, to me, it fell flat. But it was very indicative of the fight as a whole, because it was very just anticlimactic, is how I felt about it.
Hugh Jackman, that was the best line of dialogue in the whole movie.
Absolutely, hands down, easily so. And Hugh Jackman that's his lane. He's got it.
He's in a different movie than everybody else that's in this movie.
Honestly, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine's part, I was actually going to make a point of that. Wolverine's movie in Deadpool and Wolverine is actually pretty good. It's very satisfying. Hugh Jackman's doing great. What's the Laura Kinney, X-23? She's doing a good job of being like, she doesn't have a lot of screen time. Daphne she doesn't have a lot of screen time, but she's doing a lot with the screen time she has, and she's kind of showing you where she's at mentally, and that is all very like. Logan is an excellent movie, and so seeing that, where you were already happy with the ending of Logan. You know, Logan ends in a very, very, you know, it's a good ending to that movie, and you don't need more. But when you have to have more, or they're making you take more, they do that in just about as tastefully and like as well as you could, at least for those characters in a vacuum. It's nice to see a Wolverine that failed where he was supposed to succeed. X-23 finally getting her mentor back for this moment and seeing him at such a low point in his life, and then her getting a chance to save him the same way that, you know, he saved her. All that stuff, awesome. And I'm really sad that it was crammed into this fucking Deadpool.
It doesn't... And it doesn't work unless Hugh Jackman is so good that you believe he is a Wolverine, but a different character.
Right.
None of it works without that.
None of it works. And he did it. You know, he stitched it together.
What sucks is that he did it in spite of Marvel doing the "tell me, don't show me" thing that they do. So this movie had like a record number of exposition dumps.
Yeah.
Where they're just kind of like explaining to you, like,
this
everything, right?
Yeah.
This is this place that we're at that was in Loki, and Elias, the thing that's going to eat you, was in season 2 and
of this episode
this, or I'm part of middle management TVA, and I'm the villain because this part, right? Or Professor X, who you know, I'm his twin, but that you've not heard of. Like I'm really strong though. Like, believe me, I'm really strong.
Wait.
And they do that with his story too.
Yes.
Right? It's like, I failed, and they could have put a scene in there where he does fail and everybody dies, or he kills people, but instead they force him to do it with his face the whole time.
Right.
Which he does, but it's limited.
Yeah, like maybe it's a cost thing, right? But whatever. But like in a perfect world where you're making the movie, instead of having Cassandra Nova show up in a cornfield inexplicably, why wouldn't you just show him standing in a room of dead bodies covered in blood? Humans that he carved up. You know, like, it doesn't need to be the action scene, but it needs to be more impactful than what it is. But like you said, instead, hey, we're going to just tell you and walk you through it and hold your hand the entire way. Now, just for, if there are any actual nerds listening, Cassandra Nova is a huge deal in comics. Grant Morrison created her. She was created in utero by Professor X. That's a whole thing. I don't want you guys to think that Matt doesn't know that she was a real character from the movie. He does know that. He's being coy because he's too cool for comics.
Hey everybody, Matt here. I don't know who Cassandra Nova is.
No.
And for everybody else who's listening, the general population, you know what's really funny? Emma Corrin, the non-binary actor who plays Cassandra Nova in the movie, is also in The Crown. She plays Princess Diana, which I think is
I saw that.
Really funny.
I saw that. Hey, she's killing it. She did good as Princess Di.
I've never seen The Crown, but I think it's funny that there's a whole section of the audience.
No, because you can't recognize her because her fingers are so weird as Cassandra Nova.
She shows up in a bald cap and a trench coat, and they're like, "Is that Princess Diana?"
She gives a whole new meaning to the word finger fucked.
Whoa!
I like it.
Everybody cross that off.
I like when I saw a behind the scenes thing where she was talking about putting on the finger prosthetics to make her fingers longer.
Uh-huh.
And it was very, very funny to me because I didn't know she was wearing prosthetics. I thought she just had really weirdly long fingers.
No, to your point, I don't know who Cassandra Nova is. I have no clue who that is. So I'm somebody who is a really good example of
I
why
get
you
it.
have to explain that this person is strong.
Yes.
I don't know. I still don't know what exactly her powers are.
Hey, okay, so let's do Cliff's Notes version of this. Grant Morrison created a
Please
lot of
do.
characters for X-Men, but um, he specifically created Cassandra Nova. Basically, he created a storyline where every person in the world in utero is one of two people mentally. You're either the best version of yourself or the worst version of yourself. And during your gestation, you become one or the other. And that's how that happens in mentally, basically, in your development when you're born. Professor Xavier is such a powerful mutant that when he's a baby in his mom's belly, physically manifests the worst version of himself as a twin. And they fight for control of his future, and she loses the fight. He wins because he recognizes the evil that's in her, and so he kills her in that way. But because she is also an incredibly powerful mutant, she doesn't just die. She gets displaced, and she's a recurring villain that shows up from time to time. Do you remember X-Men 97? I told you about the Gambit thing. The name's Gambit. Remember it? I sent you 20 texts that were talking about what happened in X-Men 97. I don't want to spoil it for anyone listening.
Yeah, I mean you
That
very
story.
often send 20 texts to us.
That story is adapted from a Cassandra Nova storyline. Cassandra Nova is actually the bad guy in that story in the comic books that X-Men 97 adapted the story of. But because she's very evil and weird, people don't use her in movies until now.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that she was very evil and weird.
She's too weird for
Does
mainstream audience,
she do
bro.
the weird finger stuff in the comics?
Not in the comics that I remember. She is not in her own body most of the time. Most of the time, it's actually her persona in Professor X's body, or in.
She wasn't in her own body most of this movie, though. Her hands were all up everywhere the whole time.
I don't remember seeing the fingers thing. That probably is in one of them. She looks super weird in the comics. She looks a lot weirder even than they tried to make a very attractive person into a very off-putting person, and they did a passable job because she looks weird as fuck as Cassandra Nova, but I think she also doesn't look as weird as she looks
That's
in
the bald thing.
comics.
Bald women in movies historically. Oh, you're in.
I'm in. Let's do it.
So Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
Demi Moore in G.I. Jane.
Let's get it, dude. You're hitting all the right notes here.
Jada Pinkett in the Oscars for 2021.
Don't like it.
Get really quiet. he has a crippling fear of Will Smith.
I don't want Will Smith to show up and slap the shit out of me, dude, and then make a tearful apology 2 days later.
He could have killed him. Do you have more bald women in movies?
Yes, the bald women in movies is I don't remember her name, but the model that was married to the director of The Fifth Element, who's in The Fifth Element briefly, as the girlfriend at the airport. How well do you remember Fifth Element?
Not as well as you. This is way too niche for you not to be extremely fixated sexually on this person.
She has a shaved head and she's got a tattoo on her head, and it's a good look. It's very good.
Okay.
What's that guy's name? That's gonna drive me crazy. The guy that made the Fifth Element movie and made a bunch of other movies that ended up being terrible. Luc Besson. I can't find it, but one day I'm gonna send it to you and you're gonna be like, oh, her, and then you'll also have a weird fixation.
I promise you that that second part is not gonna happen. What did work for me about Cassandra Nova is there are a couple things that I can't remember seeing in a movie. Like the finger through someone's head to grab their brain,
Yeah.
essentially. I don't. The closest I can think of to a villain that does that is like the Matrix, kind of, is like that type of stuff,
Yeah.
the body horror type thing,
Right.
which I've not seen a lot of, and then pulling off
The
homeboy's
skin.
skin.
Yeah. You felt like
I've
those things
never,
worked?
I don't. Well, I've never seen that,
Yeah.
at least, right? Like, at least they were being creative about what happened,
Yeah.
even if they weren't gonna thoroughly explain who her character was or what she could do. Those
Right.
were neat. So
She's
I like
a.
that. It's cool.
I know from the comics perspective, she is a telepath and very powerful, like powers of mental manipulation. So
Uh-huh.
her most prominent abilities is manipulating people into doing things. Most notably, Emma Frost. She
Me too.
spends a lot of time in Emma Frost's head, making her do stuff she don't want to do, or she making her think she wants to do things that she shouldn't normally want to do.
Problematic.
Problematic.
Um, Speaking of the void,
Oh, you didn't watch Loki, or you did?
I think I watched season one, but I don't think I watched all the episodes of season.
You were just lost the whole movie, huh? You were like, "What's the void?
Well, no,
Alaya?"
well, I knew enough. I knew enough of like I knew that this was like the island of misfit toys, basically, right? Like
Yeah.
I followed that much of it, and
Okay.
it's to their credit, that's pretty clear without having to watch
Without
the
having
other stuff.
seen it, yeah.
But if you want to like fully grasp all of it, there's so much homework that's involved in this movie.
Yep.
Like I was just thinking about all the movies you have to have watched in order to have a
To,
complete
to really
understanding of
get
what
it,
you're watching.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody
It's
watched Fantastic Four, the originals?
no, no.
This movie was like,
I don't think that movie did all that well.
no, it definitely didn't. Also, they made Jessica Alba wear blue contacts and dye her hair blonde. I didn't love that.
Hated it. Hated
Uh,
it.
this movie was like tailor made for me. I have seen
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I've seen every piece of content that was tied into it multiple times, and had read enough of the comics to have a clear grasp on like who the villain is and where these stories came from. And I didn't couldn't sit through a second watching of it. So like,
I was in research for this movie. I was going back and looking at maybe just some of the stuff I could rewatch or watch like a summary of.
yeah,
It's over 15 movies.
yeah, it's a lot
I'm
of
not
stuff.
doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not rewatching all those movies.
You hadn't seen Elektra?
No. Who saw Elektra?
I saw it in theaters.
Oh my god.
It's a confusing
Go
movie.
outside.
Go outside, nerd.
Elektra's a confusing movie.
It's wildly confusing. I would
As in,
challenge.
like, when
I
am I
would
watching this movie?
I would challenge you to watch it just to see if you could tell me who the bad guys are.
I don't want to watch that movie.
You shouldn't. Hey,
Which
they,
is why I'm a little bit confused about
I don't
all
understand what, like the nostalgia
the
for it.
like homage paying
Yeah.
to these movies.
You know who would have been way better for them to include there? Tom Jane's Punisher. Tom Jane's.
But then you don't get to make the Ben Affleck Daredevil joke,
Well, you know, she can be there too.
which is one of the jokes that worked for me. Like I laughed at that joke. That was fun.
Yeah, Ben Affleck as Daredevil. No, that's not good. I don't think Ben Affleck has ever done a bad job in any movie he's ever been in. I think he's an excellent Batman. I thought he was a really good Daredevil. I hated with a passion his fight scene with Jennifer Garner in the playground where they're like on the teeter-totter.
Okay.
I hated all that. But I thought Ben Affleck did a good job as Daredevil, and I was sad that everyone hated the movie so much.
Some of the jokes that work for me are based around like when they're talking about a real actor. So like The Daredevil
Oh,
joke was funny to me.
fourth wall break type
The
stuff.
But about the actors specifically, not about the movies. It's too much.
It's more
I
subtle, you mean?
counted just I counted just the Disney fourth wall breaks.
You counted them?
So not all fourth wall breaks. That's way too many. I want you to remember that this is just where they're talking about Disney in some way.
Yeah.
32. This movie is what, 2 hours long?
Yeah.
That's too many.
Yeah, that's too many.
It's too many Disney fourth wall breaks.
Deadpool in comics doesn't even come close to breaking the fourth wall that much. Also, you know what they don't really do in any of the Deadpool content? In the comics, when Deadpool's tapping the fourth wall, he's doing it in front of others and they're seeing him doing it and reacting to it. And you almost never get
Yeah.
that at all in any of the Deadpool. They're just pretending. It's like they don't see him do it, basically. Um, and I think that's like a
Uh-huh.
cultural thing because in every other piece of content where someone breaks the fourth wall, no one else is seeing them do it. Um,
Hmm.
and I think Deadpool comics exclusively, probably, I don't know that, but I assume it, is where everyone else is like, "What? Who the fuck are you talking to?" When they don't know who he is. When they do know who he is, they're like, "Okay, can we move this along?" Because it would be like if you and I were chit chatting and you would look off at the wall and say something fucking stupid every, however long.
Oh, that never happens.
We don't get any of that like in the movies. Except,
Yeah, I did the
I guess Nice Pool does that, but that's
yes,
he acknowledges that he's doing it. Did you think that the proposal joke was funny?
I did.
Bitch, you think
I
that's what I
enjoyed that
do?
one.
That was a good bit.
So I did the math. I did the math, and the runtime is 2 hours and 7 minutes. So if you divide that by the amount of times that he references Disney in a fourth wall break, it
Every
happens every
3 minutes,
3.96 minutes.
every 4 minutes.
It's too much. It's too many times. I was exhausted by it.
uh, it's exhausting. That means if you
I
count
didn't.
all the fourth wall breaks, he's doing it every 2 minutes.
There's a reason I didn't count all the fourth wall breaks. And I was generous about what I counted as the Disney
As
fourth wall
Disney.
break.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably more than that. And also, when he does it, sometimes it's like back to back to back jokes. So the
Yeah.
bit runs for like a while, right? So it could have been a way higher number. It was way too many. Way, 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 way.
Way too many.
But I liked the joke about Daredevil. I liked the joke about there's I'm the only Blade and I'm the only Blade there's ever gonna be, right? Like
That's a good
that's
joke.
funny because this other movie's probably not ever coming
Yeah, I had that under did not age well.
out. It did though.
It
It did
did.
on
It
accident.
accidentally did, yeah.
It
Uh,
looped around and was right again.
hey, he looped around. Hey, comic accurate outfits. Fuck, they fuck hard.
Yeah,
They look
yeah,
so
and I like
good.
when they're not CGI.
Oh yeah, Gambit's outfit is beautiful. I was like pausing it and looking close just to see because it's so impractical. Like he shouldn't be able to move in it, but it looks good when he's just like standing there brooding. I really enjoyed it. Wolverine looks great in his. I think you gotta tweak it just enough because obviously, like Wolverine didn't have his shoulder pads, because it's not the '80s anymore, but still look good. I like the blue and yellow.
I'm about a man. I didn't even tell myself yet. I really like that part. Big fan.
Yeah,
I
that's
also enjoyed the jokes that worked for me were the cocaine bit with Al. I like anytime Al
on screen.
is in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
It's a
great.
good time for me.
I liked
My two favorites were White Girl Interrupted and Forrest Bump.
Forrest Bump.
Forrest Bump was really good too.
All of the cocaine jokes were really funny. I also
Yeah.
enjoyed Wolverine getting real pissed at his relationship with Blind Al, and uh, and I also like that everyone immediately loves Wolverine instantly as soon as they meet him, and especially those who really hate Deadpool. There's like a correlation there between the more they hate Deadpool, the more they like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And honestly, that rings true for Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, because the more it does, like the amount of Hugh Jackman being awesome is how much Ryan Reynolds sucks. So there's an inverse relationship there, probably. Maybe with the universe.
Yeah, for all I could tell, Hugh Jackman was just a great dude.
Really nice, very talented.
Also, all of the jokes about Hugh Jackman, like the musical stuff, like that really worked on me too. I thought that was hilarious.
I always love everything I see about Hugh Jackman when he's in musicals. When he's literally like doing a show, he'll like during the breaks go and interact with the crowd. And when they ask him to do Wolverine stuff, he just does it for them. Because, you know, like, he's like, whatever. Yeah. And he's in a musical, like, doing this, like, high theater shit. And he's also like, like, to someone's phone. Yeah. It's really funny to me.
I mean, saying high theater as though musicals aren't the lowest form of live entertainment is wild. But, yeah.
Broadway, I meant Broadway is the highest form. And anything else is one step below that, in my opinion.
I don't like musicals, and I think everybody who sings in musicals is less than normal music artists.
Whoa. I think you're in the minority on that.
Don't call me a minority.
Let's see. I had Only Gonna Be One Blade as being funny. I really enjoyed Dogpool. What'd you think of Dogpool?
Dogpool did make my notes. I did have a note on Dogpool.
What was your note?
So I am a hardcore lover of dogs in a very platonic parental way, and not the way that you're thinking because you're broke. I had two. My oldest dog Ace passed away. R.I.P. Ace, we love you forever. My current dog Bruno, love him to death. He's like my son. I love all dogs. I couldn't bring myself. It's too ugly. I found my limit. I couldn't bring myself to be like, you know what, this dog's cute.
My dog's
there wasn't that for me.
I have a dog that you would apparently hate. That's not. I can't. He's not in the room. He's not in the room. I would love to show you. Chatsu. Here they come. Here comes the stampede. Come here, Dad. Come here. Come on, let's show off your snaggle teeth. Nope, he's running.
Man. I know the whole point of it was like he's so ugly, he's adorable because he's got the jog and he's a charismatic guy. I get it, but
it's so cute.
He's a rough-looking dog, man, and I understand. Like, I would protect him. I would. No harm would come to that dog.
Can you just?
But
love
it would
him?
be real hard for me to like
kiss him,
hug him.
Let him kiss you.
Yeah, like I care for his well-being for sure. I would feed him.
I love him.
All that, but it'd be tough to love him.
Oh, her? Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Oh, her. I love her. She's so sweet.
Tough dog.
She's so sweet.
Tough dog to look at. I had it in my note. I wasn't even going to mention it because I feel really bad saying it, but there's no way.
Hey, did you ever see the that meme of Wolverine's mask looks like two Batmen kissing?
Yeah, I did see that.
When he put his mask on, that's all I could see. For the rest of the time that he had his mask on, it popped into my head every time he would do it. I would see two Batmen kissing, and that person should go to hell. Because now it's accurate, and it's always going to be the first thing that I see when I look at.
You have like a deep love of all comic culture and representation. I definitely get that would be on your mind a lot. Never once did it.
You never thought about it?
Not one time did it cross my mind.
Uh,
I thought, oh, it looks like the mask. Yeah, they did it. You know,
he put it
I don't
on.
think I remember him wearing
He
one.
put it on, and I was like, "Two Batman kissing." That's what I thought.
I don't.
Yells
I
it in my
did
brain.
love. I love that it wasn't like a nanotech CGI appear on my body
Yes.
suit. I like that they both had real suits ish.
I
I get Hugh Jackson's isn't, but like I like that he had to put it on. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I I think other than just Iron Man, I don't love nanobot suits like ever. It's just so
Yeah.
underwhelming when they put it on. Iron Man suit, the first time you see him put it on and it's getting constructed around him, that's like the best version of
Right.
that. But yeah,
I agree.
it's good that he pulled it out and put it on like a real suit, like a real mask. And they did a good job on the mask. They did the white eyes, which I think was a big reason why they don't do those suits, because they had a hard time figuring out how to do the colorless eye covering. But Deadpool did that in the first one, and then ever since then it's been like, oh, we can do that, and it looks good.
Mhm.
I wish they'd figured that shit out a long time ago.
I agree. I do want to talk about the ending of this movie, but before we do, I want to talk about a couple of the things that I liked and didn't like that we didn't even touch on. Um, One is when they're going through all the variants of Wolverines that
Mhm.
Deadpool performed. There's a lot that I liked in there. I get that in development, they probably there was a lot of people like yourself that were like, we need this Wolverine
Oh yeah.
because of the comics, and that showed through, right? Don't take an unnecessary shot at Short Kings, please.
Hey, I have a note here too that says,
I don't
"Why
like
is
that
short?
enough.
Why is short Wolverine so skinny? If we're going for canon Wolverine, he should be fucking jacked."
I don't care about that. The punchline of your joke shouldn't
Short
be that
King?
he's little, so we can't do it.
You're an average height, dude. You don't have to get on this.
I am.
You don't have
I
to climb
am
on this.
5 foot. I am 5'6" and objectively short,
Oh, you're 6.
and that's fine. And that's fine, right?
thought
I
you
know
were
that you think I'm
5'8".
taller than that because of your perception of me and how great I
It's
am.
your aura.
Short people can cast a tall shot. Like, I understand, right? You're literally punching down these movies. I don't like that was the joke. Let me and I just furthermore wanted in dispute of the premise of that joke. Wanted to talk about short King Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
It throughout history,
Taryn?
not comics, because whatever.
Oh, in real life,
Yes,
don't put Napoleon on
So-
there. He was 5'8".
was never gonna do that. In his fucking dreams would Napoleon make the cut of short King Mount Rushmore. And you'll see why in a second. Number one, not in any particular order because it's Mount Rushmore, right? But Prince,
Yeah. Easy.
the artist formerly known as Prince, one of the greatest musicians ever created, and a certified bucket. Everybody knows that because of Dave Chappelle. Yeah, right. He could hoop his ass off in addition to everything else that he did musically, right? 2, Kendrick Lamar. Fantastic rapper. Number 3, a lot more chill version of this, but for my money, what y'all think Michael Jackson is, which is Bruno Mars. Like my goat pop life for pop music, Bruno Mars can sing anything, plays the guitar, plays the drums. Generally cool guy. Bruno Mars, number 3. And since we believe in DEI here, and
Oh
and,
no.
you know, we're an inclusive podcast. Tom Cruise,
Oh,
The
Tom
movie star.
Cruise.
the movie star of movie stars, the person you think of when you think of movies, even though he's not a particularly good actor.
He's doing the work.
Charisma.
Give him that.
In a tiny little bottle, jumping off of planes and sprinting off the frame in every movie he's in. we can accomplish great things, everybody who's under 5'8". And I don't like that the movie acts like that's not the case. Wolverine can be 5'6". That's fine. I'm good with that. Although I think he's like 5'1" canonically.
Yeah, canonically, he's as also canonically his shoulders are like as wide as he is tall. That's his whole thing. Is
Damn, that's a wild build.
he's stocky, crazy, inhumanly stocky. He's supposed to look like a mutant. He's not supposed to be human passing. He's definitely not supposed to be 6'1", but Hugh Jackman is iconic at this point, so that's a lost cause. That's a moot point to argue. Cavill is 6'1", isn't he?
I'm just about to talk about that. I get what y'all want from Cavill. He's not Wolverine
No.
to me.
I like the arm reload. Threw his claws out doing the Mission Impossible arm reloads. Did you catch that?
Yeah, it's cool. It's
You
fine.
hated it.
I don't like Henry Cavill. I'm not a fan.
You
I'm
bitch.
I don't
You
like
take
it.
that shit back now. Unsay it. Henry Cavill is everything you're saying Tom Cruise is. He just isn't that old
Don't
yet.
compare Henry Cavill. Don't do that.
He's a nerd's man, is what it is. He's chosen his group that he panders to, and he's pandering to me.
You know what? And it shows through in his performances. You know who's outside in these streets is Tom Cruise. He's out here, man.
I'm not gonna run
He's
down
living
Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise gave Henry Cavill a shot. So
He also saved movies. He's the reason we're doing this podcast.
you know what? When he was
If Top Gun Maverick doesn't come out, we're not doing any of it.
when
The
he
movie industry dies.
when he screamed at the top of his lungs at those cast members during the height of the pandemic, he was screaming at my heart, and I loved it.
Yeah, he's our health conscious king, man.
He is, man. He's a savior.
Don't look any further into anything about him. It's all cool. It all checks out. Don't worry about that. He's on Short King Mount Rushmore. It's fine. DEI higher.
Oh.
So that's what I didn't like. What I did like is want to give a shout out to Daphne Keane, who was X-23 in Logan. I watched that movie with my brother at Cielo Vista over by like Ingram.
Yep.
And we came out of that movie, and it was the first time I ever understood representation. I remember me and my brother having like a whole conversation about how cool it was that there was a Mexican superhero, and even though it was like this tiny little girl who definitely I didn't relate to, the whole time I was like, man, this is
fucking cool,
fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I to that point hadn't ever understood. Like, who cares? Like,
yeah, it's not a big deal but this is that Rick and Morty bit again. You don't give a shit about it because it wasn't an option.
So it was cool seeing her come back and having some good lines of like you were never the right guy until you were, right? That type of stuff being like a core part of how the plot hinged, you know what I mean? And
yeah, definitely.
Seeing her at the end, like they were gonna bring her back, I was like, oh hell yeah, now we have two because Namor is also Mexican, which that's great. But,
and fucking killing it, dude.
Yeah, that was dope.
I loved seeing her. I loved her in Logan. That was one of the first things that I always had to convince my daughter to watch movies with me, right? So that was one of the first things. Like she's a Mexicana like you. You can watch this movie and you can be like, I'm X-23 because it's true. You're halfway there. We just got to get you some claws. You're fucking mean as she is, so.
That's representation in like a lot of ways.
Yeah. Hey, when Daphne Keane goes off in Spanish in Logan, I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of that movie. She's fucking going off on him, cursing him out, and he doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. He's just like, he's just there like blindsided by this tiny girl who's a little buzzsaw of anger and disdain. It's good. It's good shit.
The point there in the van, I would say immediately after that, I guess when they meet like the 20th century people, to the end is what I would call the third act,
Right.
right? What did you think about the third act of this movie?
I think that they had no idea how to land the ship. They had an idea. They had an idea for a movie, and right around the time that Wesley Snipes shows up, they completely forget, and kind of lost the thread of where they were going, and it just kind of turns into this kind of slop together. Let's wrap this up. Let's have a big fight. And let's try to figure out a way that this all makes sense. The Time Ripper felt very, I don't know. I didn't really respond to the whole Cassandra Nova. Now she's slighted. Now she's going to destroy everything and make everything the void. I don't know. It's hard to feel the stakes. The whole Deadpool, all the Deadpools felt very gratuitous to me, and there was some cool stuff in there, right? The first time I watched it, I thought it was interesting that his wife is Lady Pool, his kids are the Kid Pool and Baby Pool, McConaughey's Cowboy Pool, right? Fillion is Head Pool. These those kind of things are cool anecdotally, but once you get past the novelty of it, it's all very shallow, and it's kind of unfulfilling is ultimately what it ends up feeling. Did you see Liefeld's Only Feet nod to Deadpool creator Rob Liefeld? In that last scene where Wolverine puts his mask on, the store that they're standing in front of is a shoe store. It says Liefeld's Only Feet or something like that. The Rob Liefeld's the guy that created Deadpool, very famously could not draw feet to save his life, and that is why his characters on the comic book covers were always in such weird, contorted positions, because they were just doing anything they could to get the feet out of the paint of the comic's paint, so he didn't have to draw it, because he just never could get a good handle on drawing it. So that's a nice nod to him.
I used to do that with words I had trouble spelling.
What?
I got really good at
working around them. Oh yeah. So that's funny.
Not spell it.
Rob Liefeld's also single-handedly responsible for the '90s comic book thing of putting 10 million pockets on someone and giving them a gun that looks like it's 18 guns all like kind of crammed into one. He's the reason Deadpool has Cable has that crazy ass gun in Deadpool 2. He's also probably the reason that Rocket always has these really huge, convoluted looking guns. He started that.
Like the 80s, 90s looking stuff? Like the big bulky?
He coined it. He's the one that created that style of the girls with very tiny waists, but very huge, busty figures otherwise, other than the extremely wrist-sized waist, and having men that have barrel chests that are, like, bigger than anything else. You ever seen that picture of Captain America where his chest looks like he ate? That's Rob Liefeld that did that.
Okay.
He's kind of known for that.
To all of Dan's friends, you're welcome.
He created it, man, and it's not aged well at all.
Y'all can't see the video, but he has several posters of women who look like that in the background of his. I think I have a lot of the same feelings about the end. I think I'm a little bit less harsh on the ending of this movie, because I think that in general this genre of movies has this problem.
Yeah.
Is that when you're doing a story about somebody with like extraordinary powers or whatever, the climax of that movie's got to be a fight. And the only way to really up the stakes of these fights to make it fit the end of a movie is to have it be with like a beam coming out of the sky or
Deus Ex Machina of some kind.
Yeah, so par for the course, I think, right? Like even these like really visionary award-winning directors that Marvel has brought in to sort of put their fingerprints on movies still end that way.
Yeah.
Right. So like they brought in Chloe Zhao to do the Eternals, they brought in Ryan Coogler to do Black Panther. Black Panther, yes, was celebrated the first one, but it had the same ending problem where we're in
Yep.
this really bad CGI fight
Fight. Yeah.
in with beams everywhere, right? Like that's how these movies are gonna end. I get that. I it makes it really hard to care about the end of the movie though. Like I
Yeah.
had trouble getting through it. In this movie specifically because like he puts the costume on and that's cool, right? He puts the helmet on and it makes you like, oh man, there it is. Like I've not seen that before. And for the most part, in a movie like this, I'm looking for a good time. A good time is something new. So that happens, and then they get into this like the Simpsons arcade game style fight
Right.
where you're kind of moving along with the street, and you don't get to see any of the. They have this like ninja fighter in Deadpool, and like as even I know, like as far as comics go, like a really iconic fighter in Wolverine where stylistically there's a lot there. There's a lot of meat on the bone for you to go in and be like, we're gonna shoot a really cool fight scene with these two. And then you waste it. You literally take them both out of the shot multiple times for a bit where you're now fighting back at these all these other Deadpools, right? And it's like you got lost in the sauce a little bit about what this movie could have been at the end of it. And that was, I thought, the tough part of the end. So not only that, but it's rather than rather than sticking with the bit, right? Doing let's do a bunch of jokes and have the movie end like all time happy ending. You snap me out of that and try to make me care about the time machine timeline bullshit that's super serious and now this guy has a British accent again and we're having to get into those themes and it's like either make me care about the Deadpool Wolverine relationship or give me a lot of really funny bits or give me this dynamic fight scene between two characters with skill sets that we've been waiting to see for a really, really long time if you're a comic book fan. But trying to do all of that and mashing it together in this in like we're gonna give it all to you and here's Madonna and
Oh my
like
god.
it kind of it lost me and the like a prayer needle drop or whatever was fine. It's exactly Ryan Reynolds. Like I saw an interview of him one time where they asked him if he could have any superpower, like what would it be? And he said to turn anything into a slow motion 80s music video. Like
Oh.
he's annoying. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's just an annoying dude. So that it was fine. It worked, whatever. I liked when he was getting on Wolverine's nerves at the end, where they were kind of doing like an Armageddon ending, but with annoying Deadpool jokes.
Yeah.
Like that was funny, right? But that's what I'm saying. Give me
One of those.
one of these
Yeah.
or two of them that make sense together, but don't make me try and care about your sci-fi bullshit after
Right.
you gave me all this other stuff.
You absolutely
So I
don't
don't.
need the Time Ripper there to sell this stuff. You don't need Tom there to sell this stuff. Like you don't need these multiple elements because it was a mess. It's always going to be a mess. It was always going to be a mess. You were
Yeah,
never going to do that great at this. So you take two
yeah,
elements, you slap them together. Let's fucking get it done. Is I think where you end up feeling because now it's like okay, how long is this going to go on? Like how long are we going to keep? Uh,
hmm
rehashing this same
hmm
bullshit, and like you said, it comes off as being cheap, you know, and
yeah.
it comes off as being cliche.
Which again, because Ryan Reynolds
Right.
is who he is, it fits the personality of the movie, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't feel out of place. It's just if you have a certain mentality going in, it's hard to keep interest.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you're there for a movie versus for a Deadpool movie, it's hard
Yeah.
to get through and care about all that's going on.
I agree with you that I think that like a prayer was a good needle drop for the scene. I loathe to my very core what it's done to social media and people's complete and total unwillingness to use any other audio for their fucking videos. I hear that song at least 4 times an hour, when I'm scrolling through like TikTok or whatever, Instagram.
I don't get a lot of that.
I get it's all I get. It's all I get, and it's on everything. It's on people making dishes in the kitchen. It's on people doing these videos. You ever seen these videos where they're like intercut on someone else's video and they're just going like in the corner
Just
of the screen pointing to it? It's on.
I skip those with a white hot intensity.
I hate it.
I'm surprised I've not cut my finger on my phone glass. I hate those videos.
I hate it too. Well, I'm like, okay, what are you contributing? First of all, we see it. We're here. I'm holding the video in my hand. You don't need to point to it. I understand you're out of ideas. I understand that you wanted to post this video. You didn't have a good reason to do it.
Easy content.
Just repost it.
Should we do that? Delete this. We'll do that. Delete this audio.
I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna intercut it with a picture of me going like this to me
we'll
saying people pointing to
You're gonna undercut your own content?
Mm-hmm. I'm so sick of Like a Prayer now. Not Like a Prayer, the song. I'm so sick of hearing like the choir rendition of Like a Prayer cut
the
over
movie trailer version.
Other stuff. Yeah, I hate it. I loved the use of the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris. I don't remember the specific scene, but whatever it is, where it like cuts in out of nowhere and it's playing, and
it's slow-mo again.
Yeah,
it's when he's saying they're alive. He says they're alive, and then
that's what it is.
Slow-mo
yes,
them walking.
The slow-mo them walking out. I enjoyed that use of that. That's little smaller version of it. Should have just done that.
Until they cut to the guy that I was talking about earlier.
I didn't
care about it, and then they cut to his stupid face, and it made me laugh. I felt mad at myself, but it was
good.
So funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and did Shatterstar die in Deadpool 2? Is that why he's in this, so that people would be like, I thought he was dead? I
don't know.
The long
and that's
green
kind of my
guy?
point. Yeah, but that's kind of my point about these movies, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
Honestly, to start, I thought the girlfriend was dead. I had to go back and realize that they did that in the credits of the second movie.
They undid it in the credits, yeah.
But the thing is that the first two Deadpool movies work because you're there to watch a stupid movie.
Yeah.
And so they can resurrect the main character in the credits because who cares?
Yeah.
They tried to both at the same time to make a stupid Deadpool movie and give it these larger consequences. And it did not work. Like, we've not talked one time in this entire pod about Deadpool's motivation for trying to save the world and be an Avenger. And that's because it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense to the character. It doesn't make any sense to the girlfriend's character. It doesn't motivate in a real way. So we were just like, okay, cool, who cares? Hand wave.
Yeah,
and now we're talking about 20th Century Fox, right? And I guess that's the point, right? Is that's exactly what this movie is. So
yeah, he spends.
That being said,
he spends the first two movies being like, I don't want to be a fucking X-Men. X-Men are so fucking lame. They're fucking nerds. And now he's literally depressed, clinically depressed, and crying because he can't be an Avenger, so much that it ruins his relationship with Vanessa, who he brought back from the dead. Like, it's non-linear. That's what it is.
Talk about ungrateful too, right? All that being said about this movie,
does it suck?
Does it suck?
I'm gonna vote that it sucks. I enjoy it and I love it, but it sucks. I think if I wasn't me, I wouldn't love it.
You love this movie?
I love it. I do love it. Yeah, I like that. I like enough about it that I will say that I love it. But I think it's.
I would argue that means it doesn't suck.
Yeah, I think that I love a lot of things that suck. Objectively, they're bad, but I love them anyway, and I think this falls into that.
Is this your Fast and the Furious? Because I think if we did an episode on Fast and Furious, I would spend the entire time dogging it, and then at the end tell you how much I love those movies.
Yeah. Honestly, all all Marvel content is kind of in that same line, with the exception of the Infinity Saga. Let's not get crazy here, but other than that, like I said,
Infinity's Black Panther, the second Captain America movie. Those are like premium content. For Marvel, right?
Absolutely. Outside of those, I love Marvel movies, and I don't think it's not like an ironic thing where I love it ironically. I genuinely love it, but I know that there's serious problems with it, and a lot of it really, really sucks. And I think that that's where I'm at with it, is that I know it sucks. I know it's not great. I know it's formulaic. I know it's not deep. But whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm here for the ride. I'm sitting in the roller coaster. I'm buckled in. I'm praying they're not going to tell me I'm too fat to ride.
I'm of two minds with does this movie suck or not. Obviously, it resonated with enough people. It's the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously it's entertaining in order to do that, because it's not
Absolutely.
like it wouldn't have a steep drop off if it wasn't just about the cameos, right? And that's all baked into it, sure, like the Marvel machine, all that, right? But under all that, it works on some level. It's funny. The first time I watched it, I had a really good time. So if I'm rating it on a scale of like comic book movies, and if I'm there to watch a Deadpool movie and I understand all the baked in costs to doing that, I think it's good.
Oh.
In that context.
Okay.
Right. Here's the problem.
We don't live in a vacuum. Other movies exist.
Other movies exist. So because of that, and because my job on this pod is to tell you if a movie sucks or not.
Not a Marvel movie, just a movie.
This movie sucks.
Objectively, it sucks. But, it works. I think it works. It does what it was trying to do, but ultimately, we're paid to tell you the truth is what it comes down to. That's why I'm here. I got to put clothes on my dog's back, and I'm going to do that by being honest with you. And, being honest.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to get one of those Deadpool costumes for my dog. The little boots and all. And I'm going to shave his hair into a little mohawk. All right, well, that wraps up the first ever episode of our inaugural podcast. We did it. We are right at 2 hours and 25 minutes. I know we said we were going to keep it to 40 minutes. Holy. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining in, and thank you to my other host, Matt, and we'll see you next time.
Please remember to like, subscribe, smash that button,
that follow.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans, Matt Alva Clapsum at OnlyFans.com. Thank you very much. Have a good one.